My name is Gregory Hamilton, and this is the Highway to Heaven in 88 Steps. And today's day 67 of doing the same thing every day. We're asking ourselves, what is it that I want to do with my God-given life? And what is it that God would want me to do with my God-given life? And sometimes doing this, it just seems so easy to be able to just, bang, why can't I just have it now? Yeah, we're doing all this work and stuff, and some days are easy and some days are hard and some days are fun and some days are not. But one thing that is consistent in every day is that it does all of those things throughout the day. No matter how bad it gets, there does seem to be, now I know there are days that tragedy happens, and so this is not what I'm talking about. But our normal day-to-day life is like a wave. And when we start doing our notebooks and we start doing the work and we start doing this on a day-to-day, we start to see exactly this, the patterns in our lives. We start to see, okay, I can't do my notebook during the morning, or I can't do my notebook in the evening for this reason and this reason and this reason. And then we start to see other patterns. And this is exactly what we're doing, is we're finding the patterns that are in our head of what is it that we say to ourselves. Because if we're not asking ourselves, what do I want to do with my God-given life? What is it that we're saying inside there? Are we just constantly just critiquing others? Constantly critiquing what we do or don't have? Or are we writing a wish list? Or are we making notes with bricks, with an intention and a focus? And as we keep doing this, we can see that sometimes our mind does have a tendency to do its own muscle memory that we're trying to get back. And that's why it's so important that we're not trying to do this weird thing of changing, being that, wishing we had this, making this and that. We're adding to ourselves. When we read our books, we get that knowledge. We want to keep that. Just like the library, you put the book in your library so that you can have it for future reference. You might not read it again for many, many years, but a subject or a topic comes up and you'll want to go and grab your library book and read it, and there it is. So why would you want to change from whatever it was that you were studying and were tunnel visioned on at that particular moment in your life? You're going to keep adding to yourself. And so when you have this focus of that kind of intention, it is hard work, but then you see that it's part of the process, so it's no longer work, it's part of the fun. You're enjoying the bricklaying, right? There's no easy days off and all those kind of things, right? So when we do the work and we keep adding to ourselves and we keep doing these type of things, as time goes on, the things, not only us change, right? Because we're adding and adding and adding, right? You have to change, get a bigger shirt, whatnot. But our surroundings change. Life changes. The technology changes. When I was a kid, this phone that I'm using right now, when I was a kid, there was only on the wall, so my life could never have imagined that the telephone, when I was a kid in school, would turn into something that could be used like this right now, and then anywhere in the world 5 minutes from now somebody's watching this. So just like out in the water, when you go surfing, you go out there and things change constantly. The surf comes in, you'll be talking and blah, whatnot. Sometimes there's something underneath that you didn't see that can show up. There's all kinds of different things. But when you go surfing and you're studying surfing and you first start, These people that are surfing today are doing things that nobody that thought was possible. The tricks that they're doing, the size of the waves that they're riding, what they're doing on the waves, what type of surfboards they're using, the oh my gosh, I mean, there's now, they put sails on the surfboards and wind kites, and you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just the hydrofoils on them with, once again, a plethora of different types of things with just the simple surfboard, which has now gone into levels of, pick a sport. And this is what's going to happen in your life as time goes on. Your specialties might be something that leads you into something that wasn't even invented yet, or you'll be the one that invents it, or be a pioneer of it, or so you'd be open to allowing those kind of changes or add-ons to happen, because if it's something new, you'd have to keep all the skills that you had in the past that you would use to apply into the new sport, career, education, life scenario change. It's all about being able to be fluid on a land, being able to, I was trying to get all funny with words and stuff like that, but you've got to be able to be rigid, say, in your notebooks. This is kind of what the thought I'm going with, be rigid in your notebooks, but then at the same time in life, be able to constantly be able to be fluid so that your mind stays in a focus so that you can. So my friends, remember, it takes hard work. Every sport, education, this will be the theme of it, and it's just going to be the same thing with this second book that you've gotten. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to take work, and it's going to be something that's hard to do at first, and then it becomes actually very enjoyable and something that you'll look forward to do. It's amazing how it happens, but it's going to be something that you have to be able to want to do and enjoy the process of it. If you wanted to try to go read a book real quick, just to go read a book, to say that you're going to read a book, you're not going to listen to any page, and then it's pointless. And this is not what we want to do in life, is it? We don't want to hurry up and just go out there and go surf and catch a wave, and then what, come back onto the beach, and then what? And then hurry up and go back surfing? So it's the same thing with anything in life. We got to enjoy the process. You got to enjoy the actual moment of laying the brick. Got to enjoy the thought that there's going to be a highway at the end, but it's the process. So I hope you have a nice, shiny second new book. I pray for you, and I pray for America.